Walker to finish it off. The Homestead Spartans get a straight set victory and win this one.
Utter and complete domination.
It's a beautiful Tuesday evening and Spartan Arena is ready for some more volleyball as the 7-8 Bellmont Braves travel to take on the 6-5 Homestead Spartans at Spartan Arena. Good evening, everybody. I'm Braxton Hall, joined alongside Malachi Stout. And Malachi, neither of these teams have been able to find the success that they had a year ago so far this season, but they hope to get back on track tonight.
Yeah, Braxton, these teams had high expectations going into the year, trying to carry some of that success they saw last season, but both teams have came out to a rocky start and are looking to get things back on track here tonight.
Well, with that, let's get into the OPS pregame show by taking a look at the Bellmont Braves. Let's look at their last 5 contests, and this team, about as average as you can be so far this year. They're 7-8 this season after a record last year where they were a lot better, finishing the year 24-8. They've already matched that loss total from a year ago, and you see it here dropping 3 of their last 5, including the last 2 straight.
Yeah, Braxton, it's been a rough stretch for the Braves to start the year, just not what they were looking for. Really just trying to get momentum to start the year, but has not found it yet. And they had a tough last 2 games against HSE and Zionsville and not able to win either of those games.
You mentioned the match against Zionsville. It's going to be a theme of the teams we talk about tonight, a 5-set loss when they fell at the hands of the Eagles. It was a 15-10 defeat in that 5th set, otherwise a really close match throughout the night. And the player we're going to talk about tonight for the Braves, it's going to be Mary Kate Schumann, one of the seniors on this team, a captain for this team, and she's even the one we're keeping our eye on tonight.
Yeah, she's just so dangerous at the net, just has 227 kills on the year. I mean, that's just an incredible amount. And also when she can get her setters to really just set her up nicely, there's really nothing the defense can do. So if she can get going tonight, that'd be huge for the Braves.
She leads this team in many statistical categories. She leads them in kills, in hit percentage, and in digs. So she can get it done defensively as well. Good at receiving some of those attacks from opposing teams. We'll see what she's able to do tonight. She'll be the one we're keeping our eyes on. Meanwhile, for Homestead, it's been a mixed bag as well. Unlike the Braves, they're just above 500. They did lose last time. I'll touch more on that in just a moment. They too have dropped 3 of their last 5.
Yeah, and this Spartan team has been very up and down. As you've seen their last 5, they have 2 games that they dropped 0-3, and then 2 other games where they were able to sweep Wayne and Snyder, but then a tough loss to Bishop DeWinger in their last one out. But they just need to find some consistency, and if they can do that and are able to hang around in games long enough, I think they can find themselves bringing their record back up as the season goes on.
Well, that DeWinger game, we had it for you here on Homestead Live last Thursday. It was a 5-set back-and-forth match in every single set throughout the evening. It looked like Homestead was going to win that 5th set. At one point, they jumped out to the early lead, but DeWinger in the end got the 4-point victory, and that comes a year after Homestead defeated Bishop DeWinger in straight sets. So just like the Braves, coming off a 5-set loss in the previous match. And for Homestead, the girl we're going to be focusing on a lot tonight is Savvy Walker. Just like Mary Kate Schumann, she is a senior. She's an attacker for this team. Largely plays the opposite hitter position, but we'll see her move around some as well, and committed to Santa Clara as well.
Yeah, her performance is going to be huge tonight. A senior, as you mentioned, and a leader on this team. If she can really get things going to start this game off and just set the tone for this Spartans team, they could be dangerous and really could stick around long enough to pull this one out.
Should be a fun match tonight. These teams met twice last year, once in the regular season. Bellmont won that match 3-1. Then they met again in sectionals. Homestead won it 3-1 before eventually falling to the eventual state champion Carroll Chargers in 5 sets later on in the postseason. Again, these 2 teams have struggled a little bit this year, but they're looking to get back on track as the postseason sits right around a month away. With that, we're going to step aside. We are back with the first serve after this.
Rethink your limits.
For more than 30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10349 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carryout by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The Air National Guard allows you to serve your state and country just one weekend a month while living your everyday life the other 28 days. You can earn up to $1,200 a month and get 100% of your college tuition paid for. For more information, search Fort Wayne Black Snakes on Facebook or Instagram, or call 260-478-3247 to connect with a recruiter today.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10349 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carryout by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
We're ready to go from Spartan Arena. Braxton Hall, Malachi Stout on the call with you here for a matchup between the Homestead Spartans and the Bellmont Braves. You see Homestead huddling up there before this match gets underway. Malachi, what do these two teams need to do tonight to come away with the victory?
Yeah, Braxton, first off, for the Braves, they just need to play smart, can't make any unforced errors, have to just try to get the ball in play and make smart decisions that will lead to success in the long run. Meanwhile, for the Spartans, they're going to need a big defensive performance at the net tonight. They need to meet Mary Kate Schumann at the net and try to get some big-time blocks to try to take some pressure off that back line.
Alrighty, these two teams split the season series a year ago, each winning one match, 3-1. Homestead ultimately making it a little farther in the postseason after defeating the Braves in sectionals. Homestead's going to have arguably their best server to begin this match, Ava Hetty. She leads this team in aces with 16 in this year, including several against Dwenger last Thursday. And we're underway from Spartan Arena, and Bellmont scores right off the get-go.
Yeah, and already the Braves getting on the board first. You see just a kill there by Kaylee Coulter. There's nobody there for the Spartans to get a dig off that.
Gonna look at Bellmont's head coach there, Craig Kroll, leading his girls into battle tonight. Hetty's going to set it up here for the Spartans. Nelson able to finish it off. Got a deflection off the net, but still a point for Homestead.
Yeah, and that net really just aided her there. The Braves were not ready for the deflection off the net, and it fell where nobody was.
Homestead's head coach Jessica Holtzkleis here in the middle of your screen there. Ball being set up here by the Braves, blocked up front. It's going to be deflected back. Diving effort from Sutter isn't going to have a chance. That's another point for Homestead.
Yeah, Braxton, and that's what I highlighted in the pre-game show. This is what the Spartans need to do. They need to get big on the net, and that's what they did right there. A great block, sending it back the other way, and point goes to the Spartans.
Early 2-1 lead here for Homestead. Lila Tyndall on serve for the Spartans. Ball being set up by the Braves and blocked up front. Schumann running into a wall. Savvy Walker and Nelson. Ball tipped back. Tyndall's going to get the dig. Now Hetty will set it up. Walker going for a kill, and it goes off the face of Buchan there. The libero of the Braves couldn't handle that high-powered kill attempt.
Well, the Spartans are just really coming out strong here early, and the Braves have not had to answer so far. Their kills just aren't landing where they want them to, and the Spartans are in control of the game. After
Bellmont got the opening point, Homestead has scored 3 unanswered. Braves going to get it over here, but not with much power, so a good attacking opportunity for the Spartans. Goes up for Nelson, and that's down. Excuse me, that was actually Lyons, and they're going to call it just out of bounds, so Bellmont will get back on serve.
Well, the Braves caught a break there. The Spartans continuing to find holes on the floor where the Braves are not. That one just out of bounds there, but the Braves are lucky that that wasn't in bounds.
Buchan to serve here for Bellmont. A little discussion here between one of the sign judges and one of the umpires about that previous call, and they're going to stick with it out of bounds, so it'll be Bellmont serve. Early days here in set number 1. The Lions will get the reception. Now the ball set up to Walker, poked into the back line of the Braves. Opportunity to get it over here, and they will on the third and final hit. Now here comes Homestead setting up an attack. Savvy Walker in the middle of the floor. Gets it to drop.
Yeah, and that's what the Spartans want to do right there. Just get a beautiful set there for Savvy Walker, and she delivers just an excellent kill and all around just great movement by the Spartans.
So 4-2 Homestead as they go back to serve for the third time tonight. Kaya Nelson, the one back for Homestead this time. Low serve, fielded here by the Braves, then deflected up front, and that's going to get over top as they're able to finish that one off on the front line. I think it was Schoaf, the last one to touch it.
Yeah, and the Spartans unlucky there. The block doesn't get sended back and just drops over for a point for the Braves, but they've been meeting the Braves at the net all night long, and they're going to need to continue that tonight.
Gracie Riggs serving here, and she's going to get ace number 12 on the season. She leads this team in aces on the year and adds one more to the tally.
Yeah, and you can see why right there. Just a great serve, just putting a little, not everything on it, and it's able to drop in between Spartan defenders.
This match tied up at 4 apiece. First time it's been tied since 1-1. Diving effort here. He's going to keep it alive as Bashford is the one making that play for the Spartans. There comes Schumann, blocked again. She has been shut down thus far. Ball kept alive, but it's going to go into the chair umpire, and that'll be a point for Homestead as we take another look at that play. And Schumann just went up for it, and it was blocked on the front line. Stedge was the one who got the piece of it for the Spartans.
And the Spartans are making it a point of emphasis to really make Schumann work for her spikes. They've been there meeting her at the net almost every single time, and it's worked out for them so far.
Grand Poston to serve now for Homestead. That one gets over the net cleanly. Ball set up by Riggs and then touched lightly, blocked up front. That was Bowman who tipped it over for the Braves, and it's going to end in a Bellmont point.
Well, nice touch on the tip there. Spartans were expecting a spike, but the tip to switch things up catches the Spartans out of position.
Bowman's first time scoring tonight. Now Mary-Kate Schumann to serve here for the Braves. Diving up from Poston as Homestead sets up. Razuir will go deep here. Schumann gets the dig. Now the ball being set up and touched over again by Bowman. Homestead coming back on attack. Lyons has it deflected, but stays alive for the time being from the Braves and deflected on the front line of Homestead. And they're going to say, I believe it clipped the antenna, and that's going to be a point for the Spartans.
And the Spartans able to just, you can see when you force hard shots at the net, if you get some defense up, it's forces you to change your shot, and right there just has to go in the antenna.
Sutter will hit it over right to the Spartans. Ball being set up. Razuir on the near side, kept alive again. Braves defense has been pretty good on the back line so far. Poston as Lyons comes from the back, and again it stays alive. Hit over here by Sutter once again. Now Homestead's soft touch. Chance to reset as Buchan hits it up for her teammate. Bowman has it deflected. Razuir gets a piece of it for the Spartans, and it'll be hit over by Tyndall. And now players all over out of position here for Bellmont, but it stays alive. Set up by Kitch. Here comes Homestead on the attack. Razuir into the net, but it was deflected by the Braves, so it stays alive. Tyndall has it blocked, but out of bounds. And after the longest rally of the match thus far, Homestead comes away with the point.
Yeah, and a great rally there by both teams. The Spartans on the attack, but the Braves were able to respond very well for a very long time, but then unable to finish the point.
And then it's going to be an ace for Reagan Lyons as Quinn Buchan can't handle the serve that time, so Homestead's lead back up to 3.
And the Spartans now catching fire a little bit here, a little 3-point rally for them.
Lyons again to serve, and that one high-powered, but too highly powered as it goes out of bounds, and the error right after the ace will give it back to Bellmont down by 2. Bria Schoaf will go on serve here for the Braves. One of 6 juniors on this roster, goes right to Kitch. Poston sets it up, and it's blocked as Stedge made the attempt there. Hit over by Sutter. It's blocked by Razuir, but falls on the Homestead side. That's a point for the Braves.
And the Braves now 2 straight points, trying to just keep themselves in this game, continuing to close the gap on the Spartans.
So Schoaf back to serve and get the ready for play. This one going to go right to Tyndall, goes over off the reception. And now from the back line, Schumann has it blocked. She is yet to score with a kill in this match as the front line is hanging strong up front for the Spartans.
Yeah, and just a great block there by Lila Tyndall, just getting there at the rim and putting it back on the Braves side of the court for a great block there and a point for the Spartans.
Libero Kitty Kitch to serve for Homestead. Set up here by the Braves, push deep. Lyons is there to receive it. Now Poston goes to Razuir, hits it over softly. Ball set up by Riggs and touched back into the field of play, kept alive here. And going to be another attack coming from the Braves on the far side. Bowman has it blocked, and that's inbounds for another Homestead point. Again, the front line working for the Spartans. Tyndall and Razuir were in the area of that play. Stedge might have been as well. Excuse me, no, that was Nelson.
Yeah, and the Spartans, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. They've just been doing amazing so far early in this game at just getting defenders at the net and blocking it and sending it back the Braves' way.
Bowman goes to Lyons again. She's been cleaning up on the back line for Homestead. Now she's going to go for the kill and find a spot in the back of the floor.
And everything's rolling for the Spartans now, but another look at that kill there, just amazing. Just, there was some heat on that ball and the Braves, just no answer for it.
Reagan Lyons, 3rd highest kill total on the team this year. Committed to Marshall for D1 volleyball and still only just a junior. Here comes Bellmont. Bowman again blocked up front. Diving effort from Kitch. Set up, Razuir, and it's going to be close. They're going to call it out of bounds. Point Bellmont. Substitutions being made here. Bowman's going to check out of the match for the Braves, as will Gracie Riggs. So Katie Reinhardt will come in, as will Lily Selking, who goes on serve. Goes right to Tyndall. Ball set up by Polston. Nelson just got fingertips to it. It looked like she jumped a little early, but still able to make the play.
Yeah, it looked like she mistimed her jump just a little bit, but able to reach up and barely tip it over, and it worked for her as the Braves were caught off guard.
Ava Hetty will check back into the match to serve for the second time tonight, and we are going to get a timeout here called by Bellmont. Their first of the set, about midway through this opening set. Homestead leads Bellmont 12-8.
Rethink your limits.
Back here at Spartan Arena, 12-8. Homestead leads Bellmont here in set number 1. Thank you for spending some of your Tuesday evening with us here on Homestead Live. Braxton Hall and Malachi Stout on the call for this one. So Homestead this time for their largest lead of the match. What's going right now?
Well, they've just been able to get their front line working early in this game, and they've been shutting down Mary Kate Schumann at the net, just have constantly gotten blocks back the other way, and a lot of those have dropped 4 points for the Spartans, and that's really what's carrying their 4-point lead at the moment.
So Coach Kroll burns that timeout. He'll have one remaining for his girls in this first set. Homestead still with both of theirs. Hetty to serve now following the timeout. Goes right to Sutter. Ball set up near side. Reinhardt will touch it over. Now Hetty sets it up. Lions from the back, and that's going to fall for a Homestead point as Coates can't make the play.
Yeah, and the Spartans, they've had some impressive spikes in this first set, and when the ball comes at you that fast, it's hard to dig out of it, and unable to do there for the Braves.
Hetty, another pretty good serve here. Braves going to go for the attack. Reinhardt is going to have it blocked back. That'll be another Homestead point. Excuse me, that's actually a point here for the Braves, so 13-9 is the score. So they'll go on serve, and then Lions can't handle the serve. It goes out of bounds into the student section. That's a Bellmont point. Deficit's back down to 3.
And the Braves, one area where they have had some success is in the serving. He's able to get that one back in lines. Was not ready for it there as it bounces back and out of bounds.
Ball received here by Lions, set up by Hetty, touched over top by Tyndall, and that's a beautiful one right in the field of play, point Spartans.
And credit the Spartans, they've been switching up their attacks. They've had some taps over and have had some spikes, just keeping the Braves on their toes.
Tyndall to serve now for Homestead. Ball just going to be touched back, and now Tyndall keeps it alive. Walker goes to the ground but can't get it for the Spartans. Point by Bellmont. That was Selking there that kind of reached for earlier in the play to keep it alive, and it works out well for the Braves in the end.
Yeah, and just keeping the play alive is so important, as anytime you can keep the play alive, it gives your team a chance to get a point back, and it shows right there for the Braves.
Soft serve right to Katie Kitch. Now Hetty goes up, and that's finished off by Reagan Lyons. She is having a night so far for the Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans have been looking for her to get spikes and attacks on the Braves, and the Braves just have no answer. I mean, the velocity of the ball coming off of some of her spikes has been incredible, and the Braves just have not been able to handle it.
Nelson to serve for Homestead. A little bit of a knuckleball there. Ball set up here by Selking and finished off right at the feet of Bashford.
Great spike right there. A great kill by Schumann. She's finally able to get on the board for her team.
First time tonight she's able to get a kill. Assisted by Selking. Now Riggs will go on serve for Bellmont. Lyons gets it at the ground. It's going to come back her direction, left-handed that time. Got it over. She's going to try to block it, and we're going to get whistles, and it's going to be a point for Homestead here. So you see Schumann going over to the chair umpire trying to talk things over. Trying to get word on the official call, but it's going to be Homestead point here. So the lead increases back to 4. And Brianne Poston goes to serve for the Spartans. And it'll go deep to Buchan. Ball set up. It's going to be Bowman to make the play here, right to Bashford. Poston sets it up. Lions another chance. Tries to float it over the top line. Kept alive by Schoaf. Now set up for Schumann. Looks like a jump shot there. She tips it over. Pushed forward by Poston. Now Buchan clears everyone away. Bowman will hit it over. Finding a corner, but out of bounds. That's a point for Homestead. Just couldn't get it to stay in play.
Yeah, a little bit awkward there with the bump, trying to get it over, but is unable to do so inbounds.
So Poston again to serve for the Spartans. Now a 5-point lead. Ball set up by Rigg. Schumann coming in. Bashford is there. It's going to go right to the net, and an easy finish that time for Schumann.
Yeah, and Schumann, after a slow start, has now had 2 kills late in this first set, just trying to turn this set around for her Braves.
Late stages here in set number 1. Belmont only down 4 points, still very much in this. There's a serve received this time cleanly by Lyon. She's going to go for it. Buchan to the ground. Diving over from Riggs. Soaking has to get it over. It goes to Kitch. She plays it. Would have been close right on the line. Now set up for Lyons. Deflected out of bounds. Reagan Lyons once again.
And the Braves have had no answer for Reagan Lyons. Anytime the Spartans are able to just get a set up for her, it seems that she's able to find the court somewhere where the Braves are not.
Now she's going to go to serve here for Homestead. Tyndall just checked in for the Spartans as Bashford went to the bench. That one's well out of bounds. Another point for the Spartans. Belmont, I don't know, maybe looking a little tired here late in set number 1.
Yeah, things have gone a little bit sloppy for the Braves here, and you can't afford to let up. You need to just keep fighting back, trying to get this first set.
Lyons clips the net, and it gets over. Another Homestead point. Just finds the open spot there. Aided a little bit.
Yeah, and the Spartans, they have had some luck off of some net tips that the Braves just have not been ready for.
Lions again. Homestead 5 points away from closing out this set. Buchan again struggles a little bit with the reception, but Belmont able to make a play still. Here comes the Spartans. Tyndall on the far side. It's deflected by Belmont. So that's a Homestead point.
The Spartans continue dominating that front line as they have all night, and that's been the key to their success in this first set.
Lions again to serve. Doing well back there so far for Homestead. That one just over the net. Tyndall's going to hit it right back to the Braves. Sutter gets it. Bowman. Then Sutter's going to push it over. Here's a chance to set up. Poston to Lyons in the back, and that's in play. Reagan Lyons again. She is everywhere for the Spartans. We take another look, just finding the open space.
Yeah, just saw the pocket in the back court and just able to perfectly place it there where no Brave could get a hand on it.
Well, the great Yogi Berra once said, hit it where they ain't, and that's what she's doing right now. We'll step away, 22-13 in set number 1. Homestead just 3 points away from closing out set number 1 as we welcome you back to Spartan Arena. It is 22-13. Reagan Lyons continuing her long run on serve here on her dominant first set performance for the Spartans. Both teams back out on the floor, so 9-point advantage here for Homestead. Looking to close out this set. This time Lyons hits it into the net. Didn't get quite as lucky that time, so Belmont will go back to serve, needing a big run here.
Yeah, the Braves need some sort of rally late in this first set, just trying to overcome this 8-point deficit.
Schoaf to serve for the second time tonight, one of the best attackers on this team. Kitch will set it up. Lyons again, it's blocked back, and finally the Braves are able to shut her down up front.
And the Braves finally getting a response there, just rejects it, sending it flying back on the Spartans side of the court, and no one even back there to be able to receive it.
So Schoaf again. Now the deficit is down to 7, so still manageable. Maybe not likely, but it is possible here for the Braves. Kitch gets the reception. The Lions will bump it up. Now Tyndall on the far side, pretty softly hit. So here comes the Braves on the attack. Sutter goes to catch. It was open-handed that time. She wasn't quite ready for it, and that's a point for the Braves. We'll take another look. Yeah, you see there, just catch. A little bit out of position. She was leaning the other direction, couldn't quite get back to it. So 6-point deficit here for Bellmont. Back to serve, and Shove puts it in the net here. So equalizing the mistake we saw from the Lions. Homestead now 2 points away, and Katie Kitch will go to serve. Another pretty good server for the Spartans. Kitch to serve. Goes pretty deep with this one, and an easy finish from Elila Tyndall as the ball got popped right to the net. It's a set point for Homestead.
Yeah, and just great awareness there by Tyndall. Notice the ball was put a little too much on it and able to send it back the other way.
So Katie Kitch will serve for the set here in set number 1. Kitch goes straight to Schumann. Going to be set up here on the far side. Bowman's going to get it, diving to the ground. Kitch can't get there, and it's going to stay alive here for Bellmont. They need to rattle off at least 7 points in a row.
And the Braves just need to do anything they can at the moment to stay alive. Spartans just looking for one more point to close out the set.
Lily Soaking will serve here for the Braves. Lions receives it, set up by Poston. Nelson tried to finish it off with style. She's going to block it up front here, but it stays alive. Kitch calls off, sets it up. Tyndall deflected by Soaking and out of play. And Homestead will take set number 1 as we take another peek at it.
Yeah, and Tyndall just closes out her tremendous first set with an exclamation point right there, just closing things out to give the Spartans the 1-0 set lead.
The hitters getting it done for Homestead in that first set. They take it 25-17.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10349 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carryout by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
For more than 30 years and 2 generations, RT and Colin Green have given Fort Wayne more than proven personal injury representation. They have shared everyday life with the people they serve. These deep ties give RT, Colin, and every member of Team Green Law the local Fort Wayne knowledge and insight to know the best way to help you get the recovery you deserve. See the difference local experience makes. For a free consultation, visit us online at teamgreenlaw.com. Team Green Law, for you, with you.
Ready to go for set number 2 from Spartan Arena, Braxton Hall. Malachi Stout with you on the call of this one. And Homestead taking the first set 25-17, really dominating the back half of that set.
Yeah, the Spartans were just able to seemingly get whatever they wanted, especially up close at the net. They were dominating that front line.
So see what they can do to begin set number 2. Meanwhile, for Bellmont, there were some struggles. It was pretty close early on, but struggles later in the set. What do they need to work on here in the second frame?
Well, they really need to get Mary Kate Schumann going, and she really struggled early on, but to give her some credit, she really wasn't getting as many opportunities as I'd like to see. The Braves need to get Gracie Riggs and Lily Selking. Their setters need to give her some opportunities to do some damage at the net to try to get the Braves back in this one in the second set.
Interesting to note, she is on the floor, as you see in their huddle right there, but Savvy Walker really did not play all that much in the first set. It was Reagan Lyons and Lila Tyndall who they relied on, primarily Kai Nelson as well, for attacking purposes in that first set. So see what impact she has here. She was our featured player for the Spartans before this match began. And it'll be Bellmont's serve to begin the second set. And one of those players you just mentioned, Leli Selking, will do the honors. Ball received here by Tyndall. Hetty gets a play at the net. Tyndall floats it over the front line and just finds a space there. Selking was too far back, and the two blockers were too close.
Yeah, great play there by the Spartans, and give credit to Hetty. The ball was looking like it was going to go in the net, and she was able to set it and hit it up for her teammate.
Tyndall to serve here. It's going to be dug out of the ground, set up, and blocked back and just out of bounds. Bellmont wants to keep the point.
And the Spartans continue to be aggressive with their blocks. That time, though, deflecting it out of bounds, so unable to get the point going their way.
Taylor Sutter to serve here for Bellmont. This one received by Kitch. It was a high-powered serve. Going to be set up, clearing back. Tyndall not able to get it over straight into the net. Bellmont scores again, and they'll take the lead. This is their first lead since 1-0 back in the first set. Besides that, the Homestead Spartans led the entire first frame. Sutter again to serve for the Braves. Received here by Lyons, set up by Hetty to Walker, and there's Savvy Walker trying to make a play, but it's kept alive by Buchan. Hetty will set it up, and Nelson goes deep, and it deflects off Selking for a Homestead point.
And the Braves right there just did everything they could to try to get it back over the net, and then the Spartans just responding by hitting it down their throats. Once again, that seems to be the story of the night.
Nelson to serve for Homestead. This one goes to Buchan. Popped up here by Selking, and that's going to go out of bounds as Reinhardt was trying to make the play. The second leader on this team when it comes to kills with 62, but she does have 39 errors on the year, and you can make it 40 now. Serve received here by the Braves. Set up by Selking, pushed back and out of bounds. So, again, the errors continuing here from Bellmont where they're getting looks, but just too much power on a lot of these shots.
Yeah, and the Spartans, they're forcing that by pressuring the front line. It's forcing the Braves to try to put some more on their shots, and that's leading to a lot of mistakes, leading the ball going out of bounds.
Nelson will serve again, and Buchan goes to the ground, and it's going to go out of bounds. Her and Sutter were both right there, and neither one giving up on it, and it just leads to miscommunication and a ball out of play.
Yeah, and you can't afford that, especially in a game like this.
Nelson again to serve, goes right to Buchan again. She is struggling to handle some of these serves, but Braves are going to keep it alive. Selking hits it over. Now Hetty for the Spartans, sets it up to Lyons, and she hit it right in the middle floor, but we got whistles before, and I think they're going to say Lyons' foot maybe got on the center line. We'll take a look. Oh, it didn't look like that was the case. Not quite sure what the call is here. It's going to be a violation against Homestead, though, so point Bellmont. Received here by Lyons. Kitch will set it up right back to Lyons, and diving in from Buchan keeps it alive, but right back to the Spartans. Now Hetty sets it up and finished off by Savvy Walker. There she is, making her presence felt.
Yeah, and just a great kill right there by Savvy Walker. Was quiet in that first set, but comes out loud in the second set.
Now she's going to check back out of the match, as Ava Hetty will as well. Poston checks in, and we'll go to serve. Bailey Rosaweir, the other one who comes in for the Spartans. Here come the Braves setting it up, and it's finished off by Schumann as Kitch can't get to it.
And the Braves now, the last few times they've gone to Schumann, they've seen some success. The problem is they haven't really been able to do so too much in the second set. They need to continue feeding her the ball if they want to come back in this game.
Gracie Riggs to serve. Clips the net. Kitch still able to get it. Poston sets it up. And Stedge was trying to hit it over here, but Instead, a violation called against Homestead once again. That's going to give the point to Bellmont.
And it looked like Polston just trying to do too much, trying to save the ball, just runs in the net a little bit there.
So Riggs to serve. That one almost clipped the net as well, but gets over cleanly. Now Razaweir is going to hit it over for the Spartans, but it's blocked straight back. Set up by Polston. Lions has it deflected out of bounds. Homestead point.
And the Braves were trying to block that one, but just off the hand of Schumann and goes out of bounds.
The Lions, last time she was on serve, it lasted for a while. Here she comes again. Ball set up. Schumann hits it over to Polston. Now Kitch will set it. Lions hits it. Didn't get all she wanted on it. Here come the Braves. Bowman on the near side, and that's going to be out of bounds. And Homestead gets the point.
And the Braves have just had too many errors to start this game off. They've gotten some power behind their spikes, but they've been sending too many of them out of bounds.
So Lions will serve for the second time in a row. Razaweir floats it over the front line, as that time it was Schoaf who deflected it, but really couldn't pop it up in any substantial way for her teammates. It actually, if anything, threw off Bowman as she was trying to make the play.
Yeah, and that was just some great touch there, just tapping it over the net and catching the Braves off guard once again.
Lions to serve. Right to Buchan. Ball set up. From the back and be hit by Sutter, who gets it to go.
And just good placement there by Sutter. Able to hit it in the middle of the floor, surrounded by Spartans, but none of them able to get a piece of it.
Now Mary Kate Schumann will go to serve for Bellmont. Down by 3 here in set number 1. She just floats it into Tyndall. Set up by Polston. Stedge reaches up to get it. And Buchan will set it up. Schumann floats it over the front line. 2 Spartans come diving in to get it. And it's going to be a play at the net. It falls on the side of the Braves. And it's hit over this time by Sutter. Homestead to reset. Polston goes to Tyndall. She'll float it over the blockers. Diving effort. Isn't going to be able to keep it alive as Sutter couldn't get there.
There's some great back and forth there by both teams. But it seems like the Spartans are always able to get the point out of these long rallies. The Braves just need to be able to continue throughout these long rallies.
Kitch to serve here for Homestead, up by 4. This one goes straight to Sutter. Now Buchan will set it right back to Sutter. It goes to Kitch. Now Polston, Razaweir, and Bowman's going to be there. Set up by Riggs. Schumann trying to find a space, but Polston keeps it alive. Tyndall can't get to it as she was running in to the base of the net there, as Schumann just makes the smart play.
Yeah, and a great touch there, trying to keep it alive for her teammates, but I mean, that was a great spike there by the Braves, and the Spartans just were not able to respond.
Schoaf to serve, and it's going to clip the net and find a way over. Took a little luck, but that's a Bellmont point. Deficit's only 2.
Yeah, and the Braves now starting to see some luck. They haven't really seen too much of it all game, but somehow the ball able to find its way over to the Spartan side of the court.
Schoaf again on serve. This one goes straight to Tyndall. Now Polston sets it up to Nelson, deflected out of bounds. Homestead gets the lead and grows their lead, I should say, and gets back on serve.
And Kaya Nelson there just able to get up there and bring it down on the Braves, who just unable to handle the spike, and that's another point off the spike for the Spartans.
Savvy Walker and Ava Hetty check back in for Homestead. Speaking of Hetty, she'll be the one to serve here. One of 4 captains on this team. Ball set up, and it goes towards Lions, but it didn't only have a chance there as it's finished off cleanly by the Braves.
And the Braves have seen a little bit more success in this front line in the second set than they did in the first, and I think that's why they're still hanging in here, only down 2.
Soaking to serve, it clips the net once again, but stays alive this time. Tyndall throws it over the front. That seems to be Homestead's strategy here in set number 2. More than the power kills, it's relying on the finesse.
Yeah, and we've seen some power from the Spartans, but they continue switching it up between power spikes and just some light taps over, and it's catching the Braves off guard. They're just not ready for the changes of speed.
Emily Berger will serve for Homestead, her first time into the match tonight. She played 19 sets this season. One of many juniors on this team, and Savvy Walker, Kaya Nelson, a senior and a junior combined for the block up front. Berger will go back to serve. One in cleanly received by the Braves. Set up by Selking. Pushed deep by Riggs. Right to Kitch. Now Hetty goes to Lyons. And it'll stay alive here as that time Coates was there to receive it. And now Bellmont chance to reset off the Homestead deflection. Schumann tries that high, soft touch, but doesn't work this time. Savvy Walker, too much power on it as Schumann made sure to get out of the way.
And Savvy Walker just doing a little bit too much there. Put a lot of power on that ball and just a little too much. She sails it out of bounds.
Sutter to serve here for Bellmont. Go right to Kitch, and that came off of her sideways. No chance for her teammates to make a play. Bellmont again has the deficit down to 2.
And that was a good serve there by the Braves, just able to make it hard to handle for Kitch as the ball goes out of bounds.
Again, Sutter to serve. This time he goes to Berger. Now set up to Lyons on the far side. That deflection goes sideways as well, this time in favor of the Spartans.
And the Braves, while they have been able to get a hand on some balls at the net, a lot of them have not gone the direction they want to. A lot of them sailing sideways rather than forwards.
Nelson to serve for Homestead. Soft touch by Sutter, now set up to Schumann, and this time it works to perfection. Again, that kind of jump, kicks her knees back and just reaches out with one hand to knock it over.
And we saw her try that just a little bit ago and was unable to see much success from it, but able to see success from it right there is just caught the Spartans off guard.
Quinn Buchan will serve here for Bellmont. One of 5 seniors on this roster. As Hetty sets it up for Lyons. That's a high-powered kill. Sutter can't corral it.
And Lyons, who had a great first set, able to come out and really make her impact felt, although later in the second set still making it felt, especially at the net.
Walker will head to the bench. Breanne Poston will take her place and come in to serve. 3-point lead for the Spartans. Ball set up, and it's going to be blocked that time as it was Ronner who tried to get it over, but the Spartans were there to stop it.
And the Spartans, one part of their game that's been great so far is just their placement of their blocks. Not only are they able to stop the ball, but they're also able to send it back the other way right where they want it.
Poston to serve again. Received by Sutter. Set up Schumann, and that stays in bounds. Great kill that time from Mary Kate Schumann.
And Schumann, she's seen some more action in this second set, getting more involved, and she's had a very successful second set, just trying to keep her team in it.
Gracie Riggs will serve now for Bellmont. Braves hanging around a lot closer in the second set, and now after that it's going to be just a 2-point game in the second frame. So the Braves within striking distance now. Poston sets it up, and Lyons can't quite finish it off just yet. Buchan will reset it. Schumann has to get it over here, and she does off the bump. Now Kitch goes to Poston, and Lyons again. It stays alive as Sutter's there. Buchan just able to get to it. Schumann will get it over softly. Straight to Kitch. Now Poston. Lyons has to check up, but it stays alive, and that's going to end up in a point for the Spartans. Great footwork there from Reagan Lyons to make sure she was set and get the ball over.
Yeah, and just a great job there by Reagan Lyons. That was her third spike of that play, and finally able to get it over and get the point for the Spartans.
Riggs touches it softly, and it will stay alive here. Homestead has to get it over on this third touch. Tyndall does to Sutter. Now set up by Riggs again to Bowman. Deflected, and it's going to fall anyways for a Bellmont point.
And the Braves are doing everything they can, just sticking in here, and that's the most important thing you can do. You cannot allow the deficit to grow much larger than this as they stay within 2 points.
She's going to go back to serve here. Ball set up. Tyndall, soft touch. Now Riggs will float it over the front line, diving up from Kitch. And it's going to fall down. Bellmont now just 1 point away late in the second set. And a timeout is going to be called here. Homestead is going to burn it this time. Their lead is down to 1. 17-16 as we sit late in set number 2. Back at Spartan Arena, late stages of set number 2. Homestead trying to take a 2-sets-to-love lead in this match, but Bellmont is hanging around down just 1 point in this second frame, and they're on serve with Mary Kate Schumann back to serve. Both teams heading back onto the floor following the Homestead timeout. Spartans have 1 remaining here in set number 2. Braves still have both of theirs. Schumann to serve. Goes straight to Tyndall. Now Poston sets it up. Tyndall going for the kill. It's deflected, but out of bounds. Homestead point lead back to 2, and they'll go on serve.
And the Braves just unable to handle that one. They've gotten a piece of some of these balls, just trying to get a block, but have been unable to really return too many over to the other side.
And Kitch, rough serve there as it goes right into the bottom of the net. That's going to give it right back to the Braves. Bellmont, they've now matched their total from set number 1 with 17 points. And to serve will be Bria Shove. Shove, hard smack there. Post of the net, puts it back for Nelson, who is able to get the kill for the Spartans. Kaya Nelson having a good night and having a really good second set.
Well, a great set and a great spike there by the Spartans. Kaya Nelson just able to get to it and put it right where she wants it. The Braves just unable to handle that one.
Homestead 6 points away from winning this second set. Hetty to serve. Received cleanly here by the Braves. Deflected up front, and Nelson hits it back over. Sutter's going to set it up. Schumann's going to clear the lines and push it over softly. Good chance for Homestead, and Nelson tries to take it, but it stays alive, and finally Homestead's going to finish it off, and Nelson ultimately going to be the one accredited with the point, and she deserves it after all the hard work on that play.
Yeah, and just a great few possessions by her, just able to send it over, and the Braves really just having no response for her at the moment.
Now Bellmont will call a timeout as they trail by 3. Don't forget, Friday, it's the first home football game of the season as the Homestead Spartans take on the Northrop Bruins in week number 4 of Indiana High School football. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Pregame coverage beginning at approximately 6:45. Malka, you're on the football team. What do you think about that game going into Friday?
Yeah, Braxton, I think the Spartans, it's going to be a close game, but I think the Spartans have what it takes. It's going to go back and forth. There's talent on both sides, but I think the Spartans will be able to pull that one out.
Should be a good game. We'll have coverage for you right here on the Homestead Media YouTube channel production of Homestead Live. Still a lot of business to take care of here in this match as Spartans and Braves come back onto the floor. So it's Homestead on serve with Ava Hetty. 5 points away from closing out on the second set, holding a 3-point lead. Trying to put themselves firmly in the driver's seat of this match as Schumann's there after the funky bounce off a ballman, and it's blocked up front. Braves somehow keep it alive. But Homestead's going to have to try to make an attack here. Tyndall goes to Schumann, now cleared as it goes to Riggs on the near side. Sutter has it blocked, and the Bellmont Braves absolutely steal that point from Homestead. However, no, they're going to change the call there, and that's the good call. As you see the replay there, the ball clipped the antenna. It's Homestead point.
Yeah, and a great effort there by the Braves, but does not pay off for them. As you mentioned, Braxton just clipped the antenna there, and a point will go with the Spartans.
Good job by the officials talking it over and getting the right call. So it is Homestead point. 4 points away, 4-point lead. Ball blocked up front, and now 22-17, the Spartan advantage.
And the Braves are starting to see this set slip away from them. It was a better set for them than the first one, but they've been unable to finish this set, and they need to try to get back in this set.
Hetty to serve again, goes to Schumann. Set up by Riggs, far side. Ballman has it blocked. Tyndall can't get to it, though, so that's a Braves point. They'll go back on serve, and down by only 4. Taylor Sutter. I don't think she was going to be the one to serve, but it's actually going to end up being Lily Selking. He's going to go right to Tyndall. That one popped up. Good chance for the Braves. Kept alive by the Spartans as Lions made the diving effort. Now it's blocked back to Kitch. Hetty will set it up. Walker can't finish it off as it goes into the net. Here come the Braves.
And the Bellmont Braves really putting it all together now. And Savvy Walker just missed an opportunity there. She had a chance to send one over, just unable to get it over the net.
Hetty sets it up. Tyndall soft touch. Good chance for Bellmont coming up. Schumann floats it over the front line. Kitch is there for the Spartans. Now Hetty goes back to Lyons. It's into the net again, 22-20.
The Spartans continue making mistakes, just unable to get their spikes over the net. And just like that, the Braves are back within 2.
Ball hit over here by Soaking, received by Lyons. Hetty to Tyndall. She finds a spot in the back of the court.
And a great response there by Tyndall, just getting up there with some power, able to get it past the Braves.
23-20, and Emily Berger will serve here. So Homestead looking to close out this second set, but the Braves giving them a fight. Soaking hits it up near side, and it's going to deflect off the Spartans as Reinhardt was the one there for the Braves.
The Braves, they're still trailing, but they're doing everything they can to hang in this one. And sometimes that's the key, just hang around long enough, and eventually you'll get an opportunity to maybe take that lead.
All right, Sutter again to serve here, one of the leading attackers on this team. Ball set up to Lyons, soft touch on the front line, diving effort, keeps it alive for the Braves. Kitch will bump it up, and then Hetty will fake the set, hit it over, and it works to perfection, and she caught Soaking off guard. Set point for the Spartans.
And just a veteran play there by Hetty, just fakes the set and just hits it over, and the Braves were not prepared for that at all. Now the Spartans within striking distance.
Nelson serving for the set. Ball set up here by Soaking. Schumann keeps it alive as it deflects off of Berger. Homestead has 2 more set points coming their way should they need them, but Bellmont goes to serve now, down only 2 points, and it's going to be their libero back to serve, Quinn Buchan. Spartan fans clapping here, trying to help their team close out the set. Berger gets the reception. Hetty sets it up. Walker finishes it off and takes set number 2 for Homestead as they close it out in style with a high-powered attack. Savvy Walker makes the play.
Yeah, great play there by Savvy Walker. She's had a slow start to these first 2 sets, but able to get her team by with that tremendous kill right there.
And Homestead takes the first 2 sets, both of them pretty close. They lead 2-0 as we head to the third after this.
Rethink your limits.
The Air National Guard allows you to serve your state and country just 1 weekend a month while living your everyday life the other 28 days. You can earn up to $1,200 a month and get 100% of your college tuition paid for. For more information, search Fort Wayne Black Snakes on Facebook or Instagram, or call 260-478-3247 to connect with a recruiter today.
Back here at Spartan Arena, we're getting ready for set number 3 between the Homestead Spartans and the Bellmont Braves. You see Coach Krull there talking to his girls. What do you think he's telling them? They just lost a heartbreaking second set.
Yeah, well, he just needs to remind them to just stay in this game. They are down 2 sets, but it's been a competitive 2 sets, so they've shown that they can hang with the Spartans. They just need to come out and deliver and can't make unnecessary errors and mistakes, and they could have a chance at coming back in this one.
25-17, 25-22, the scores of those first 2 frames as we get ready for set number 3 in Spartan Arena. Braxton and Malachi Stout on the call with you of this one. Both teams making their beginning of set substitutions here. And it will be Homestead ball to begin this 3rd set. Ava Hetty will be back to serve for the Spartans. And the 4 seniors on this team, all of whom named captains on the roster, and they're showing why tonight, all having pretty big evenings as we're underway in set number 3. Ball set up by Soaking, and it's going to be just in bounds as Bellmont finds the paint on the first point of the set.
And the Braves are finally able to set the set off in good fashion, able to just get the kill there. And that's going to be huge if the Braves can get out to a hot start in this 3rd set. That could be huge for them.
Kaylee Coulter will serve here for the Braves, her first time into the match tonight, and I believe they're talking things over here about that previous call, but it is going to stand. So point for the Braves, 1-0 to begin set number 3. This is the 3rd set in a row where they get an early set lead. Nelson hits it in the second of the 3 sets where they get the first point as Walker hits it over for the Spartans. Now set up by Selking and to go into the net off of Schoaf. We're back even at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and just an awkward spike there by Schoaf, who's coming at it at an angle there and just hit it right into the net.
Emily Berger checks in here for Homestead, and she'll go to serve. Didn't play in that first set, but made a pretty big impact in set number 2, especially on the defensive end. And when it comes to serving, ball set up by Selking, far side, deflected away. Nelson able to finish it off after a deflection from a Bellmont player.
And the Spartans have just been crowding the net. The Braves doing anything they can to get it over, and the Spartans just sending it right back.
Berger again to serve. Homestead hoping they can run away with this 3rd and potentially final set, but someone tells me the Braves are going to have something to say about it as the ball's met up front. Now Hetty will set it up to Lyons, and Reagan Lyons is going to finish that 99 times out of 100. Had a wide open space in the middle of the floor.
And she continues her dominant match tonight. Early in this 3rd set, just the power of her spikes have really not been able to be handled for the Braves.
Berger again to serve here for Homestead. And it's going to deflect off of Buchan and out of play. Emily Berger is 3 of 3 on her serves here in set number 3, working things out for the Spartans. Again to serve here, a 4-1 advantage for Homestead. That's arguably their best start early in a set so far. Kitch plays it off the deflection. Now set up for Lyons. She finishes it off once again, continuing to pick on Buchan, hitting it right at her feet.
And Buchan just unable to get a touch, as just the power of these spikes is too much for her to handle.
Berger again to serve. And it's going to go off of Buchan. That's the 3rd play in a row where she is the last one to touch it / in the area for the Braves, and it goes out of bounds, and she's now going to check out of the match as Homestead's putting one of their biggest leads of the entire match, a 5-point advantage right now, and save for late in the 1st set. It's really one of the biggest leads they've had all night. Berger throws it up really high for this serve, and she's going to hit it down. Had some top spin on it, but Braves able to play it, so Schumann's going to hit it over here. And it's going to go right to Berger. Set up but now by Hetty to Lyons. Reagan Lyons on fire in set number 3.
Yeah, Braxton just she's been able to get to that spot and just dominate there throughout the match, and especially in this third set. That's the third time she's gotten it and is able to gotten a kill.
So again, Berger will hit it here for Homestead. Continuing to serve. This now the 7th serve for her on this run. Ball blocked back, and she's going to get a serve number 8 as Kaya Nelson blocks it away. Homestead's up 8-1. You can see it kind of in the background there. Coach Cruel looking just a little bit frustrated right now.
Yeah, the Spartans, they had 3 at the net. The Braves had 0, so nothing there to even get a hand on the block.
Berger again going to try that top spin technique. Chance here is it's going to be deflected up front. So again, Homestead playing defense well. Nelson has it blocked back but into the net. And that's another point for the Spartans. And it's going to be serve number 9 for Emily Berger.
And the Braves, after getting the first point in the set, have given up 9 straight as the Spartans have been on a roll.
They had to know it was coming, and it finally will. Coach Cruel gonna burn a timeout as his girls struggling here in the third set to begin things, down by 8 already. And you're facing elimination here in this third set. You're looking a loss straight in the eyes, and they've played well in this match, but things a chance to slip away here.
Yeah, they cannot afford for this lead to continue growing. And once it reaches double digits, that's when it really starts to feel out of hand. So you have to keep this game competitive and give your team a chance if you're the Braves.
See Coach Cole talking to his captain there, Mary Kate Schumann. Saw her laughing there as those two try to devise a play, and the rest of the team huddled up behind them. There's Berger with Coach Holtzclaw. Maybe going to try another technique here on the serve, as this will be her 9th serve for Homestead on this run. Time has expired on the timeout. Homestead's out there ready to go. Bellmont trying to talk things over as much as they can. Now they'll break their huddle and head out onto the floor. Here we go. Emily Berger to serve once again for Homestead. Service number 9, throws it up high and tried the top spin again. That one came off funky, and Beaumont get the point and will get back on serve, still down by 7.
Yeah, you mentioned that top spin serve. It's been working for her early in this third set. Just hit it a little bit there and sends it flying just under the net, just nowhere close.
Riggs will serve it. That one gets over the net cleanly. Now Hetty sets it up. Savvy Walker going to go out of bounds there, a little bit out of control. Savvy Walker, we know how good of an attacker she is. If there's any criticism, it would be the hit percentage at .249. Ball put in play here by Riggs. Set up by Hetty. Walker this time floats it over, and this time it's going to fall to the ground, and as you expect, she gets right back on track.
Yeah, just a great response there by Savvy Walker. Just had the air on the last one, but able to finish this time, putting a little less on the ball, just tapping it over, and it works for her.
Kaya Nelson to serve for Homestead, arguably the player of the night for the Spartans. Probably either her or Reagan Lyons, and Homestead gets another point. Now the lead back up to 8, tied for their largest in this third set, and they're starting to taste it now, 14 points away from closing this match out. Nelson again to serve. Be received by Schumann and set up for her to attack, deflected on the front line, but Berger is there. Hetty sets it up. There's back up. Here comes Lyons again. It clipped off the net and falls in bounds right in front of the line.
And the Spartans just keep getting Lyons set up.
Now I'm picking me up. Picking you up. Can they hit? No.
score.
Yeah, and the Spartans have just dominated in this third set, but the Braves trying to get anything they can do, cutting it down from a 10-point lead to a 9-point lead, just trying to make it more manageable.
All right, Kate Schumann to serve again here. Goes right to Lyons. Now going to be bumped up by Hattie Lyons again. And it's received this time by the Braves on the near side. It was blocked. Sutter made it a play, but Savvy Walker and Allison Stedge were there. However, they're going to call point to the Braves here. Homestead's in disbelief. I didn't quite see a signal from the umpire of the reasoning here. Coach Holtzclaw doesn't quite know either. So we're going to get a quick discussion here about that call as they gave it to the Braves, and that's going to be where the call stays. So Bellmont down by 8. Here comes Schumann on the serve, and it goes right to Reagan Lyons. Now from the back line, Berger has it blocked back, and Bellmont maybe settling in a little bit here in set number 3. Still a pretty big deficit, but a little bit more manageable, down to 7.
Yeah, and that's the key for the Braves. Just try to keep themselves in this game. Just can't make any more errors from this point out.
Soft serve from Schumann, diving effort from Lyons to keep it alive. Savvy Walker hits it out of bounds. Here comes Bellmont. They've rattled off 4 points in a row.
And the Spartans maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves here. Just have had a few errors in the last few possessions, and the Braves are coming back in this one.
Lyons will receive it this time to Hetty. Set up for Lyons, and they're trying to get her back involved. But Schumann is there. She's going to be the one to touch it, but it clips the net. She had a little bit of space in the middle of the floor, but it was a hard play to make, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, just try to do that light touch. We've seen a couple of times from both teams, but that time just not enough under it as it bounces off the net.
Homestead leading by a touchdown, 14-7. Midway through this third set, Brienne Poston will go to serve here for the Spartans. First time back to serve in this third frame, and not handled that time by Coulter. And it's going to go out of bounds. She hasn't played all that much in this match. Maybe just a little bit cold there. She couldn't handle the serve.
Yeah, and you said it, Braxton. She was just unable to get a clean pass off, and those are the plays the Braves are going to need to make when you're down by 8 in a game like this.
Sutter receives it, now set up by Riggs. Blocked back as Schoaf tried to make the play. Rozaweer hits it out of bounds as kind of having to reach back for that one, and there'll be a point here for the Braves, down by 7. And we're going to get a quick timeout as Schoaf goes down to tie her shoe. I'm going to think things over as Kitch on the Homestead side rallying her girls, and short breaks ready. Schoaf is ready to serve and goes right to Kitch. Ball hit up and pushed down to the ground. Ballman makes that play. And it's still just now a 6-point game. This seems to be a set of runs right now between the two teams.
Well, great placement there. Just able to get it where the Spartans were not.
Schoaf to hit it and go to Berger. She can't handle it. Braves are in the double digits now, and their largest deficit in the set was 10. That's now in half, just a 5-point game as Homestead still sits 10 points away from that magical 25-point mark. Schoaf again to serve, goes to Berger. She receives it cleanly this time. Poston sets it up. Lyons, soft touch, now in the outside hitter position. She'll move back to her normal spot on the far side of the floor. Rosmere bumps it up, and it's going to be hit down by Stedge, kept alive by the Braves. Sutter's going to have a chance here. Soft touch goes to Poston. Now Kitch bumps it up right at the net, and diving effort, and it's going to be a point here again for the Braves. It's 4 touches against Homestead.
Yeah, and this one going back and forth. But the Braves able to come out with the point, and just like that, they've stormed back to only a 4-point deficit.
15-11 is the score. Number 11 serving for the Braves. Schoaf goes to Berger. Now Kitch, and actually it's going to be Poston who hits it. Lyons forced to get it over on the third hit. Set up here by Riggs, and it's going to go to Poston. Kitch sets it up sky high. Lyons has it deflected, but out of bounds. Homestead finally able to score here after a big run from Bellmont. They're able to get 4 points in a row.
Yeah, and the Spartans, a big reason why they were able to give up so many points is because their spikes were not connecting, and finally Lyons able to get one to connect there.
And here comes Lyons to serve. It's going to go right off of Sutter. Biggest struggle for the Braves in the set has probably been receiving the serve. They've done pretty good once the plays got going. but just struggling to get it to that point.
And those are things that you need to do to stay competitive, especially in a close game like this.
Lions to serve right into the net. So again, back down to a 5-point game here in set number 3. 17-12 is the score. It's going to be Lily Silking to serve here for Bellmont. Still alive in this match. So serve goes to Tyndall. Now Poston, and Tyndall goes a little bit long. It's now a 4-point game. And man, the Braves just chipping away a little bit at a time.
The Braves they've been playing smart, and the Spartans are starting to make some mistakes here and there, and just like that, the Braves are coming back.
Well, a mistake made by the Braves that time, as Homestead's going to get the point off the service error. Up by 5, 7 points away from clinching this match. Katie Kitch will serve here for Homestead. Ball received deep, set up, and it's going to go out of bounds. And that's another point for the Spartans.
Just a little bit too much put on that spike there, and the Spartans notice it and don't touch it. And now the Spartans able to extend their lead to 6.
6-point lead, 6 points away from 25. Soft serve this time. Ball set up, and Reinhardt gets it, and Spartans can't keep it alive as it came hot off of Lions that time. So it'll go back to a Bellmont serve, 19-14.
The Braves still hanging around in this one, not letting the deficit grow too large.
And Sutter to serve now for the Braves. Goes to Tyndall, a little bit out of control, and Lions and Nelson didn't know which one wanted it there. Again, down to a 4-point game. The Braves keep getting about this 4-point mark before Spartans keep extending it back to 6, and just kind of back and forth we go here throughout much of this third set. And Braves finally catch up to Homestead, or at least cut in this lead just a little bit more. Sutter serves it and goes right to Lions. Set up now by Poston. Nelson, soft touch, it's blocked. Kept alive here, goes to Coates. Now touched over by Selking. Homestead to reset. Poston to Tyndall. That's out of bounds. Homestead struggling a little bit now with control on some of these kill attempts.
Yeah, and we've seen some great control and placement from them in the first 2 sets, but it's been a little bit sloppy as of late in the third, and that's why the Braves are able to get themselves back in this game.
Just a 3-point third set, but that serve goes out of bounds, and that's the issue for Bellmont. Again, I talked about it a few minutes ago. It's been the serves and the service returns where Homestead still has the advantage here in set number 3, and they're going to bring on one of their key hitters, Savvy Walker, into the game. So now we have Savvy Walker, Kaya Nelson, and Reagan Lyons in here for the Spartans. They're bringing in a power unit up front. Diving effort on the ground. Ball hit back. Going to be bumped over. Walker goes up to Hetty. Soft touch by Nelson, who floats it over the top. And it's now a 5-point lead. 4 more points to clinch the match.
And a great play there by Nelson. Goes up like she's going to spike it, but then just barely taps it right over the Braves defenders.
And Ava Hetty again to serve for Homestead. Ball going to be hit here to Schumann. She didn't have a chance there as it was behind her. And Homestead's lead is 6. Hetty will stay on serve.
Well, a mishandled set there by Selking, and you cannot afford to make those mistakes in a game like this.
And that got line. That stayed in bounds. That's an ace there from Ava Hetty. She continues adding to her team-high ace total this season as she now has 18, including a couple tonight.
And the Braves, they were clawing themselves back into this game, but now starting to fall apart towards the end as the Spartans just 2 points away.
Soft serve from Hetty. Chance here for the Braves to get it back. Deflected. Reinhardt pushes it over. Homestead's going to have a chance. Hetty sets it up to Tyndall. She's going to get the kill to the ground, and Sutter can't get there. And it's match point coming up for Homestead.
And another great play by Tyndall there, just able to get the kill, and just like that, Spartans have match point.
Ava Hetty serving for the match. They got 8 tries if they need them. Hetty serves it softly. Going to be received here by Schumann. It's going to go back to her. Touched over the front line. It'll fall in play. We'll go to match point number 2 with a Bellmont serve.
And some great touch there by the Braves. Just able to tap it over the 3 defenders at the net, right where there was nobody. And that's what the Braves are going to need to continue to do to stay in this one.
Coulter will serve. Goes to Tyndall, popped up. Hetty sets it up. Nelson overhead, and that's going to do it as Coulter can't get back to the ball. And Homestead's going to take set number 3 by the same score they took set number 1, 25-17. And what was one of the most thrilling 3-set matches you're going to see.
Yeah, Braxton, you look at the score being 3-0, and it may look like the Spartans dominated throughout, but each of these 3 sets were very close. In each of them, the Braves just were unable to finish at the end of those sets.
So the score of the sets tonight, 25-17, 25-22, and then of course again 25-17 here in set number 3. And Homestead bounces back from the 5-set heartbreaker last Friday, and they get the win tonight. What a performance we saw from them, especially on the front line.
Yeah, they just dominated up front all night long, and this is the kind of performance we need to see from the Spartans. I mean, they saw contributions from a lot of their players, especially a lot of people who usually don't see as much dominance as they did tonight. And if they can continue playing like that, then this is a key to success for them in the future.
Meanwhile, for Bellmont, this is a tough loss as they drop another match. This is now their 3rd defeat in a row. I know it's going to say 3-0 on the scoreboard, but you talked about it. I mean, this was still a really competitive match all around. Their next matchup is going to be against Adams Central. That'll be at home in 6 days' time. What are these girls going to take into that one?
Well, they just need to recognize that they have the ability to compete. They just need to be able to stop making silly mistakes here and there and keep themselves within striking distance, and then finally be able to convert at the end of the game. There are just some things that they did throughout. You just cannot afford to do those in these competitive sets.
So I know there were a lot of great performances tonight for the Spartans, but who would you give your player of the match to?
I think I'm going to give my player of the match. As you mentioned, there were a lot of great players, but I think I'm going to give it to Reagan Loyne. She was just amazing throughout the game. She had numerous kills that really just gave the Spartans momentum. The Braves were just not able to handle those at all.
Great night for the Lions. And then another player I want to mention, Kaya Nelson. She did great up front for the Spartans in this game. Emily Berger, she had those 9 serves in a row. She made an impact. Ava Hetty, multiple aces. It was just a great performance all around for Homestead. We can go around naming more and more players who performed well tonight. Their next matchup will be at Huntington North a week from tonight. So we'll see what the Spartans can do in that one. Should be another pretty good match. We're going to wrap things up here from Spartan Arena. Our next broadcast this Friday right here on Homestead Live. It's football time. Homestead Spartans and the Northrop Bruins. First home game at Davis Walters Memorial Stadium this year. We've got coverage right here on the Homestead Media YouTube channel. And then in 2 weeks' time, September 22nd, our next volleyball broadcast here on Homestead Live, when the Spartans take on Angola. Until then, on behalf of our entire Homestead Live production team and color commentator Malachi Stout, I'm Braxton Hall saying so long